Hey everybody, all right, the extended cut, a little bit more than a minute and a half. Again, thank you very much for sticking with us. There's so many people to thank, and we're going to do that at the appropriate time. But I think just a general thing and thanking everybody that's trying to figure out a way to support Western North Carolina right now. We're all hurting. We've all got our needs, and as recovery begins and that process of really examining the devastation in full out in Watauga County, not just inside the towns of Boone or Blowing Rock, but out in the county itself. We're talking about a long period of time. Somebody that we trust very much said today we have to prepare for a long-term mindset. From a business standpoint, I think it's very important that we begin to think about that. I'll remind you of the way that we interacted back during COVID, where our business community was for each other for a period of time, where we knew that we were the only ones up here. We were going to do what we could do to support our local businesses through our monetary donations, through supporting that neighbor down the street, buying gift cards, whatever it happened to be. I think that's the way that we've got to approach this for right now. I really applaud those that are starting to think about altering their operations. You know, this is a time that we are used to convening people. We're used to having football games and big weekends, and right now that is just not possible with the current infrastructure issues that we have throughout Western North Carolina. So hats off to Buskers Fest and the folks that were planning Oktoberfest up here in the high country for understanding that now is not the right time to have those types of convenings. We cannot wait to celebrate those things when we see them come around the corner. But right now we need time to continue to work through some of the challenges that our community has with communication, with road conditions, with the ability to communicate with different parts of the county that we haven't heard from yet since the storm has gone on. So again, thank you for your patience. We know that we had to put out a message today pointed toward visitors that were coming up to just kind of see what had happened, see some of the devastation firsthand. We get it. We're all curious, but please stay away. Unless you're bringing supplies up here to drop off at the summit, and thank you so much to those that are doing that. But unless you're bringing supplies, you're on an emergency mission, or you are a resident of here that you're trying to get back to your home or get back to your business, please stay away. We cannot take you right now. You're taking away from critical resources like traffic congestion, cellular service. We don't have a lot of that right now. So the more people that are here that don't need to be here, the more that takes away. We will open our arms again to you. I promise we will. It's just not going to be tomorrow. And it may not be this weekend, and it may not be next weekend. But we're going to get there, I promise. Just help us through that process, all right? A couple of things to share in this longer installment. Virginia Fox's office, Congresswoman Virginia Fox, just put out a list of resources that we've shared in our material about the ongoing federal efforts. So FEMA information, SBA information. We know that as time moves on and some of these declarations unlock money, there's going to be more resources that are made available. Be patient. But also, if you're a small business, now is the time to contact your banker about short-term needs for cash flow, short-term loan needs that may be able to tide you over until some of these state and FEMA resources become available to you. That's not going to happen within the next couple of days, right? So for those of you that need to make those decisions, go ahead and do that. Contact your banker. Remember how helpful they were during COVID? Our banks shine during that time. They're going to be able to help you again. We are on the phone with a number of other resource providers, and as we are able to help direct some of those things to our community, we'll certainly let you know about those things. Volunteer efforts have been fantastic. I would encourage you to continue to bring those supplies to the Summit Pickleball. They'll be open again tomorrow morning starting at 8, and they'll be taking all of those supplies and they'll get them in the network. Thanks very much to Wine to Water. They have been handling some operations on the west side of Watauga County, concentrating on George Wilson Road and starting to get out into some of the outstretched areas of the county. Cornerstone Summit has been doing fantastic work inside the town of Boone, coordinating a lot of resources for kind of the eastern side of the county. And then satellite pod sites will begin to open up throughout the outstretched parts of Watauga County, and then Watauga High School, and those operations will really get going in earnest tomorrow. So pay attention to the official documentation on that. Baptist on Mission, Samaritan's Purse are doing all the volunteer coordinating for the most part right now. They've been doing incredible work. There's a lot of cooperation right now between Watauga County, the town of Boone, Appalachian State, resource providers, small businesses, chambers of commerce throughout the area that are starting to reach out to each other and figure out what needs are out there. Large businesses off the mountain, people, the hospitality that we have offered as a community for years and years is paying us back right now. All those people that have had great times here, they're trying to figure out a way. So be patient, be thankful, right? everybody needs these resources right now, and we just hope that you're thankful for what's coming up here. We're going to get through all of this. The Boone Area Chamber of Commerce Foundation continues to solicit donations for business and local community use. We will be assessing what those needs are soon and begin to deploy those dollars. Just waiting to find out what some of those really concrete necessary needs are before we release those funds. We have raised well over $10,000 now, thanks to mostly people off the mountain. So thank you, and continue to send those donations. App State continues their fundraising for displaced staff and students. Wine to Water is fundraising for their work, so is Samaritan's Purse, and a lot of those resources are being deployed right here. Keep your dollars local, all right, and they will be used locally. And that goes for whatever community that you're helping with. Last thing I'll say, Watauga County is not the only place that's suffering through some difficult times right now. Really beginning to understand what's been going on up at Beach Mountain and in Avery County. Keep those folks on your minds as well. A lot of sharing of information is coming out of Watauga County up to those areas because they simply just don't have communication right now. So it's not just us. We understand that. We are blessed here that there are some parts of our community that were spared major issues, while other parts of it were impacted pretty badly. But we all know that the high country's in it together, and that's the way that we're going to work for the next few months. So thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for staying tuned to this. We're going to have a special Facebook Live and Mind Your Business bonus episode, a combo tomorrow, if you will, that we're going to be getting more information out. So stick with it. We're going to have the mayor, Tim Futrell, on with us tomorrow to talk more about town of Boone things and other things that are going on throughout the county as well. Thank you, y'all. Just one day at a time. We're going to get through it. And hey, we've got internet back at the chamber now, so that is going to help us a lot in getting more information to you. Thanks a lot. Good night, everybody.